Greetings, humans. When I started out back in November 2017 into 2018, that's when I started doing this work and making videos, and that's when I started making my Quran videos. And you won't find all of my Quran videos here on my new channel yet, though you will find 2 of my Quran videos here on this channel so far, because I have uploaded 2 of my Quran videos here on this channel, but not all of them. And on my old YouTube channel, which was taken down maliciously, I was only on chapter 2 of the Quran. Like I was going through chapter 2 of the Quran slowly. But then of course my channel was taken down maliciously. So that's why you won't find all of my Quran videos here on this channel. Though I do have my Quran videos saved. But I was leaving out chapter 1 of the Quran for later, because in my mind I was questioning chapter 1 of the Quran because it seemed contradictory to me, and that's why I was questioning it in my mind, and I was asking for guidance on it from God, Allah, Spirit, my spirit guides. Because that's when I started reading the Quran with English interpretation, because I did not understand Arabic, because Arabic is not my primary language, and I actually wanted to understand what was being said in the Quran rather than just parroting it in Arabic, in a language that I don't even understand. And that's when I started reading the Quran with English interpretation for the first time in my life. And now tell me, how many Muslims do that? How many Muslims actually bother to do that? How many Muslims just parrot the Quran in Arabic without understanding a word of it? At least the Muslims whose primary language is not Arabic. But even the Muslims whose primary language is Arabic, how much do they even understand what's written in the Quran and what it really means? What is the deeper meaning of things said and written in the Quran? So how many Muslims just parrot the Quran in Arabic, a language that they don't even understand? And how many Muslims actually bother to read the Quran with some kind of interpretation or in a language that they understand, or in their own language, like the Quran interpreted in their own language? How many Muslims bother to do that? How many Muslims bother to read the Quran interpreted in their own language? How many? Exactly, not many. Most don't. Most Muslims are not even bothered, are not even interested. Most Muslims are only interested in their religious programming, and they don't care whether it's right or wrong. They think it's right. And that's somehow enough for them. But it's not enough for someone like me. I want to understand. I want to have the right understanding. I want to have the right perception of things that are said and written in the Quran. I want to know the deeper meaning of things said and written in the Quran. I don't want just the surface knowledge of it, or I don't want just the religious programming, because it's like being a religiously programmed robot. And I don't want to be a religiously programmed robot. At least not anymore. Not after I've had my spiritual awakening and my Kundalini awakening in 2016. And I'm sure most Muslims and even most people in general, even people of other religions and faiths, don't even know what a spiritual awakening and a Kundalini awakening is. I'm sure they've never heard of it even. And that's why I was leaving out chapter 1 of the Quran. Because as I said, it seemed contradictory to me, and so I was questioning it and I was trying to understand it. And I wanted to have the right understanding and the right perception of it. So let me just read it out for you here. It's a very short chapter. Chapter 1 of the Quran called Al-Fatiha, which translates as the opener or the opening or the key. And that's another thing I've been questioning and trying to understand. What do you mean the key? What does that mean? The key to what? And that's just the name of the chapter. And when you go into the chapter, it says, in the name of God, the merciful, and I've even, seen it written as the most merciful, the compassionate. The praise belongs to God, Lord of the worlds, the merciful, the compassionate, one who is sovereign of the day of judgment. And here, there's a mention of the day of judgment. Then it says, you alone we worship, and to you alone we pray for help. Guide us on the straight path, the path of those to whom you were gracious, and not the ones against whom you art angry or you got angry, and nor the ones who go astray. So that's chapter 1 of the Quran. And the questions I had in my mind were like, okay, well, Quran is mentioning that God is the most merciful and compassionate, and there's a mention of the day of judgment. And then I was questioning and I was thinking, okay, well, how can a merciful God create and appoint such a thing as the judgment day? Because in my mind I was thinking, okay, well, if God is merciful and compassionate, but mainly if God is merciful, then why would God appoint a day of judgment? Which means what? Which means that God will judge us all, or we will be judged on the day of judgment. And what does judgment means? Our karma, and that we'll be judged for our wrong deeds. Because our karma includes both good deeds and bad deeds, or good karma and bad karma, positive actions and negative actions. And then in the same chapter of the Quran, there's a mention of God's anger and God's wrath. And then again, that was another thing that I was finding contradictory, because again, I was asking, if God is merciful and the most merciful and compassionate and kind, then how could God be angry, or how could God have anger and wrath? Do you see the contradiction? And that's why I was finding this chapter of the Quran contradictory in the beginning, initially. And that's why I was like, you know what, I'm going to leave this chapter for now until I get some understanding of it, until I get the right understanding of it, until I get the right perception of it, until I understand what is it that this chapter of the Quran is trying to say and is trying to tell us, and the Muslims especially. But you know what? How many years later now? Like, I started in November 2017 into 2018, and this is now 2023. So all these years later, and after I've been going through and experiencing a lot of darkness, and we call it spiritual warfare, for all these years now, for I would go back to 2019 at least. So this is year 5 going, that I and my soul has been going through spiritual warfare with the devil and the darkness and the devil's demons and his human minions. And you know what? Now I have come to an understanding of chapter 1 of the Quran. Now I understand what chapter 1 of the Quran is saying. After all this time, after all these years, like, 5 years or over 5 years by now, and after going through a whole lot of spiritual warfare with the devil, the darkness, now I understand what chapter 1 of the Quran is saying. And now it does not seem contradictory to me, because now it's actually starting to make sense to me. Now I'm actually starting to understand it. Now I actually have some understanding of what this chapter of the Quran is saying and what it means, and what it is telling us about God, about Allah for Muslims, and also looking back in history and how many prophets, and I am including all prophets here, Jewish prophets, Christian prophets, and of course Prophet Muhammad, the Islamic prophet, and how all of them had to go through the same spiritual warfare with the devil and the darkness and the devil's demons and dark spirits, and also its human minions, and also the general public, or just people in general who have been influenced by the devil and the darkness and his demons and his human minions, and also his false prophets, because that's been going on for thousands of years as well. And there's a mention of it in the Bible. Prophet Elijah, who is Prophet Elias for the Muslims, and he is also mentioned in the Muslim holy book Quran, and how Prophet Elijah or Prophet Elias for Muslims had to go up against the false prophets of Baal, who is one of the major fallen angel, which made him into a demon, a major devil, a dark god. I mean, there's all of these things out there about Baal or Baal. And of course, Baal or Baal is also mentioned in the Bible. And there's also a mention of Baal worship in the Bible, which is like devil worship. And Baal himself came for me last year in 2022, and he tried me and my soul, and he had to leave. he had to walk away. He couldn't do anything to me or my soul. And I have made a video on that. But as I said, again, it's in my saved videos because it was uploaded on my old YouTube channel, and so it's not here on this channel yet. Maybe I will upload it on this channel at some point. But that's the thing. When the devil himself, when someone like Baal or Baal came for me and had to walk away and could not do anything to me or my soul, then who are these black magicians, even master magicians, voodoo practitioners, secret society covens? Like, who do they think they are? And even the dark entities and the dark spirits and the dark jinns these magicians use, even these dark entities and dark spirits and dark jinns know that I am untouchable and my soul is untouchable. But they still refuse to stop. They still want to keep playing around with me and my soul. And the ones who were doing that big 44-day spell work on me, and the ones who are still throwing black magic on me every day and every night, literally. And this is year 5 going, where I am having to go through black magic attacks every day and every night. And they're still trying to take me out through black magic and through dark entities and dark spirits and dark jinns. And I'm still here, year 5 going. And if these are new ones, they obviously would not know that, others have tried before you, if you're watching. Because I was told by my spirit guides that my enemies are watching too. So, others have tried before you and they have failed and they have even lost their lives. So what are you playing at? What do you think you are going to do? And because this is like year 5 going of me being under constant, every day, every night, black magic attacks from I don't even know how many people by now, and how many black magicians and master magicians and voodoo practitioners and Santeria practitioners and brujeria practitioners and God knows whoever else, and secret society covens, male covens, female covens, group of individuals who think they can do black magic and throw some black magic on me and try and kill me through black magic. That now I am at a point where even I am questioning myself, do I have any mercy left for these people who are constantly trying to kill me, who are constantly attacking me through black magic, day in, day out, night in, night out, every day, every night, that I've been going through these spiritual black magic attacks constantly, every day, every night. And they seem to have no mercy for me. They have no mercy for me. They are showing me no mercy at all. They just want to take me out. They just want to kill me. Because whether they realize it or not, they are being influenced by the devil. Well, some of them actually are devil worshippers. So they are actually working actively for the devil. And the devil wants me dead and gone, because the devil does not want me to do this work that I'm doing here on my channel, that I was doing on my old YouTube channel too, which was taken down maliciously, and that was one of the main reasons. But that's the point. Now I have come to a point, after being constantly attacked spiritually through black magic and dark entities and dark spirits and dark jinns every day, every night, and I am still under attack every day, every night. And these people are having no mercy on me at all. They have no mercy for me. So why should I keep having mercy on them? Year after year, day after day, night after night of going through black magic attacks. Year after year of going through black magic attacks. Why should I keep having mercy on these people? Still, the devil and the devil worshippers know exactly who I am, and that's exactly why they are spiritually attacking me every day, every night, to stop me, to kill me. So I stop doing this work, because the devil knows that I am and my soul is here to undo the devil's work, the devil's religious programming, and the devil's spell on humanity. And then there are others who don't really realize who I am. Even when I tell them I am the reincarnation of Aisha, Prophet Muhammad's wife, especially the Muslims who are attacking me. I mean, you're okay with attacking your Prophet's wife? Are you sure you want to keep doing that? Why are you attacking your Prophet's wife? Do you even realize what you're doing? Would you attack Prophet Muhammad like this? And if you wouldn't attack Prophet Muhammad, then why are you attacking his wife? You would probably realize this, and you would regret this when it's too late. But that's the thing, that's the point. Because of the same spiritual warfare that the prophets of the past went through, and that I and my soul is going through now in this day and age still. So me and my soul is going through the same spiritual warfare with the devil and the darkness that prophets of the past went through thousands of years ago. And it is the same energy repeating, and the same thing repeating in this day and age with me and my soul again, thousands of years later. Or it's like thousands of years later, now in this day and age. It's the same energy and the same thing repeating in my case and in my soul's case as well. Just like it happened with the prophets of the past and other prophets in the past that came thousands of years before me. And this is why, and after having this personal experience and going through this personal experience of spiritual warfare that, you know, the prophets in the past had to go through as well. Now I have a better understanding of chapter 1 of the Quran and God's mercy, but also at the same time God's anger and God's wrath as well. And there are a couple of examples of God's anger and God's wrath in the Bible. The two that I can think of top of my head right now is there was Noah's flood. Prophet Noah is Prophet Nuh for Muslims. And what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. And I think that was Prophet Lot. Prophet Lot's time, L-O-T, and I think he is mentioned in the Quran as well. And Prophet Moses, who is Prophet Musa for Muslims, and parting of the Red Sea, and how the Egyptian pharaoh's men were drowned in the sea. which they have found physical evidence and physical proof of by now, because they found old chariot wheels at the bottom of the sea around that location. So now that I've been going through my own experience and all this spiritual warfare with the devil and the darkness and the demons and his human minions, that I understand God's mercy, but I also understand God's anger and God's wrath as well at the same time. So these people who are still attacking me through black magic and dark entities and dark spirits and dark jinns every day and every night, I am calling judgment on them. And this is when I said in my previous video titled hashtag 144,000, I am your judgment day. I am your judgment. I was not kidding. So these black magicians who are still attacking me every day and every night, and also whoever hired them, and also anyone else who is still attacking me through black magic every day and every night, or at any time, I am calling judgment on you. And so yesterday, Archangel Azrael, who is Farishta Israel for Muslims, who is the angel of death, made his presence known to me through my third eye, my mind's eye, my spiritual eye. And this is not the first time he made his presence known to me. This is not the first time the angel of death has made his presence known to me. Because as I said, people have been trying to kill me for years now. And then I call for judgment on these people, and I call on the angel of death. And I don't have to do any kind of magic. All I have to do is just call judgment. All I have to do is just think it. So all these people who have been wishing death upon me, and on top of that actively doing death magic and death spells on me to kill me, guess who's coming for you? Because it's going to be your death. And also Goddess Kali, or Kali Ma, made her presence known to me through my third eye as well yesterday with the angel of death. And the angel of death, as I said, is called Farishta Israel in Islamic religion and tradition, and he's also known as Malikul Maut. And the angel of death and Kali Ma have both been around me, protecting me from all these people who are doing black magic on me actively still every day, every night, trying to kill me through black magic and through dark entities, negative entities and dark jinns, and who are wishing me death and are doing death magic and death spells on me. The angel of death sees you and knows who you are, and so does Goddess Kali or Kali Ma. And now this is your message coming through me, and this is your chance to stop and, as the good old word goes, repent and course correct and redeem yourselves and redeem your souls. Take this chance on redemption. But if not, then guess who's coming for you? And then don't say you were not warned by God through me when you start feeling the presence of the angel of death and Kali Ma around you, because you won't stop doing black magic on me and death magic on me. Then the angel of death, Malikul Maut for Muslims, is lurking around you and is gonna come for you. And so is Kali Ma. And Kali Ma is not limited to Hindus and Hindu religion only either. Just like I said about Shiva. Kali Ma is that primal, universal force that we all should know about and look into and need to have the right understanding and the right perception of. I'm done here. Over and out.